The last class we were able to discuss lead assignments. We were able to discuss, generally the definition of lead. We were able to discuss lead score. We were able to discuss in terms of PowerPoint how you can actually convert lead. That at the end of the day, when you convert lead record, is going to be converted to opportunity, contact, and account. Ordinarily, leads are the individuals or companies that are showing interest in your product or services. They haven't become a potential buyers until they actually take that decision that, okay, they are buying from you. When they are now buying, okay, that everything is sure that this is going to be somebody, this lead is going to patronize, is buying and everything, then the leads can be finally converted to become contacts, accounts, and opportunity. Now, by that scenario of lead coming into your org, lead can come into your org in different ways from different sources, like from the web, like on social media campaign on Facebook. You can have lead coming from there. You can have lead coming from your website, your company's website, where you have information. People give out their details that, okay, when they submit their details from the web, you're going to have it all right on your Salesforce develop org, whereby if there is any need to contact that person immediately, that lead immediately, you can have a form of auto response, lead auto response rule that you can set in your org that will definitely send message to that lead that to acknowledge that we got your info about your interest at the time. Welcome the person, acknowledge the person that you already have whatever it might be the request that that particular lead is trying to make, that your company is ready to attend to the need of that particular lead that is coming from your hub. Lead can come in form of referral. Maybe somebody has done business with your organization or your company. At the end of the day, somebody referring that particular end users can form basis for your lead. And apart from that, you having lead from referral, you can as well have lead through marketing campaign like TV, radio show campaigns, and all the rest. So many ways, or roadshow. Lead can come in so many ways, and company spends a lot of money in terms of getting leads to their org. That's one of the key things that happen in terms of lead. And maybe even if we have engaged in one business or the other, we might have done it in terms of we going on radio to actually connect people. Maybe you happen to be a distributor of one particular product. You can as well go on radio to actually connect people, promote yourself so that people can come to you. Or you locate your business whereby people can walk in to say they want your product or they want your services. Lead can come in those different forms, but the kind of lead that is happening in the technological era now is that making use of a cloud platform, whereby when leads are coming, you already have a software, a developed org like the one that Salesforce provided, whereby you have the information, you have the details, the names, the contact address of that person immediately. At the end of the day, this will enable you to have whatever happen to be the informations or details of whoever is coming to your company right at a singular or at a particular place. Now, when lead comes in, when you have your company has sent auto response message to that particular lead, the next thing is to also use lead assignment to actually assign that lead to somebody within your org, a users within your org that will attend to that lead. That's why we have auto to like lead assignment rule that come into play, whereby you set up a criteria or you can use a formula to actually connect a lead to your companies and link that particular lead to somebody that will attend to that lead immediately, so that that lead will be effectually converted to become a business deal that your company will make sales. That is the sales process there. You set up the platform as an administrator, you do the lead assignment role. At the same time, you also do the lead process that will, at the end of the day, when sales is coming, when lead is coming, it pass through the lead conversion stage. From that conversion stage, when that lead made decision to now buy, do business with your company, that lead will now be converted eventually to become what? Three different records called opportunity, account, and contact. That is it. And that the sale, that is the lead process right away there. After that lead process is what will now lead you to the word opportunity process. When you have the opportunity process, that is when you attend to that, you continue to make sales with that customers and everything. Then after that, cases will now be coming in. That means you also need um, another support process in terms of cases that might be coming from that sales you're making. Maybe you are dealing on installation of solar panels, or you are into sales of phones or whatsoever your company is into, or you configure, or your company is building website or software. Definitely there's going to be another support process in terms of cases. Maybe there is a defect, maybe there is a problem, there must be a support process in place. So in Salesforce, you have three different processes. You have lead process, you have opportunity process, and after opportunity process, you have support process. Those are the kind of circle, a pipeline, a sales pipeline, that whatsoever you are doing with a forefront in. And it's onus on your part as Salesforce administrator to be able to understand the platform right from the lead process to the point of what support process. So lead assignment comes in as a powerful automation tool that allow organization to automatically assign leads to specific users or queues. Thank God the other time we configure queues, we did lead assignment practically, so you can relate well with it now in terms of this PowerPoint presentation. That you have a group of people that you combine together based on their expertise, based on their skills, based on their ability. You make them to form a queue. And at the end of the day, that particular queues that you have like one or two, three, four persons, depends how big your organization, your queue might be as a result of the location or everything. Then they would definitely attend to that lead, because you always want to convert lead. You don't want any lead to be close lost within your company. That is the reason you have to set up auto response rules, automation tools like lead assignment rules, making use of criteria or formula to get it done. This criteria can include lead attributes such as location, industry, lead source, custom field, as well as other conditions like lead ownership, territory rules, and lead assignment. So rules help you to that rules help ensure that incoming lead are routed to the most appropriate sales representative or teams for the follow-up and on conversion. You can see the process there. It's very, very clear. Whenever lead is coming, you must have lead assignment in place that is assigning all the leads, routing into the appropriate person within your organization right away. It's very important for the progress of your org, for the success of your company. Now, here is how lead assignment rule works in Salesforce. We've already done this criteria definitions, whereby you set the criteria that's okay. If annual revenue is equal to or greater than $1 million, then this lead should be routed to Mr. Jack Rich. So that's the kind of criteria that you use there to actually get that assignment rules. Then you make use of a template email template, which we're going to configure like two today as well. Email template to actually get that response, get the job done for you at the end of the day, so that the person that that lead is being assigned to will receive an email immediately. And most of the people that will be receiving the email will happen to be your sales rep at the end of the day, if it has to do with sales. Then we have assignment actions, uncriterial divine administrator specify the assignment action. Definitely, those are the things you get done through the lead assignment. And also rule activation, you need to activate, which we did that day. I went through all the activation. After creating the rule, administrator activate to make it operational. Only active rules are applied to incoming leads. You can get it after setting the criteria at the end of the day. You only have one lead assignment running within your company. You can't have two different ones. When you activate one, you deactivate one. We did all that the other time. Lead creations, lead assignment, notifications, all those stuffs we actually discuss in the demo grant, which we happen to put in place. We configure assignment and lead assignment rules in terms of if annual revenues is equal to $1 million, it should be assigned to a particular users and all the rest. So now, apart from when you have a lead, when you have activities, there's another thing we call escalation rules. In Salesforce, escalation rules are a powerful automation features designed that important records such as cases receive attention and action within specified time frame. Escalation rules are commonly used in customer support. You can hear now the customer support, that means support process and service scenarios where timely responses to customers issue are crucial. Like the way you also kind of set up the assignment rule, like the same way you also engage the escalation rule. The escalation rules applies to case. In most cases, you apply escalation rule to cases in the sense that if you have a lead, if you have a case now that a customer have lodged a complaint, and that maybe your end users, they are busy, there are a lot of responsibility on their part, they are not able to attend to that rules, to that case on time. You want a particular escalation rule will get the job done for you. That if there is any case that is landing on your platform, complaining coming from one issue or the other that has to do with one problem or the other, coming from your customers, you don't want that particular case, that particular issue without any resolution to be there dormant for more than 3 or 4 hours. Escalation rule will help you to get the job done. When you set it, then it must be time-dependent action on it. That will say that, okay, if this end user, if this particular case, if this case is not being, if any cases within your platform are not being attended to within 2 hours, then the case should be escalated, making use of escalation rule to actually route that particular case to the users or queue that you are already configured for that responsibility. Maybe it might be your supervisor, it might be a supervisor that need to attend to that particular case, or it might be maybe software engineer that has the knowledge, that has the expertise to actually attend to the customer to really resolve the problem. Then that particular case would be assigned to that manager, to that person in that role. And all this kind of all this escalation rules, assignment rule is your responsibility as a Salesforce administrator, making use of declarative language to get it set up within your org. We're actually going to discuss more. We're going to do demonstration on escalation rule by the time we get to service and application, because majorly is where you discuss more of cases, all those stuff there. Now, You have there are criterias and there are a way you set it up. The first thing is criteria-based triggering, whereby escalation rules are triggered based on predefined criteria. These criteria typically factor like age of record. That means the age of record simply means the time that that record has been there. They use age. It simply means the time, how long the record has been there, and its priority kind of status, other customer criteria. Those are the things you look at to set it up. Then you have the rules in place, definitely. The way you have rules to set up criteria in terms of setting up the auto response, in lead auto response, lead assignment rule. That's the same way you're going to have entries in form of criteria you're going to use to set up escalation rule as well. Then apart from that, the escalation rule consists of rule entry, each of which is one of criteria. These entries determine which record should be escalated under what condition. There must be a condition, okay, that you're going to set for it before it can be escalated. And in most cases, escalation rule has to do with time-dependent action. Time-dependent action specifies when a record should be escalated. For example, a case might be set to escalate if it hasn't been resolved within a certain time period. That is it. If you have a case, you set it up to, it must be time specific. You have to be specific about it. It's not all the cases you escalate. That, okay, if you have any case that fall in this category that is just lying, nobody has attended to for more than 2 hours, the case should be escalated right away. That is the thing. That is why it's time dependent. Unlike assignment rule. Assignment rule is just routing, everything is going on smoothly to the users or to the queue. But in this case now, when you talk about escalation rule, in most cases it has to do with cases, then it must be time dependent. You just say, okay, if any case is line value, nobody is attending to it within so hours, 4 hours, 1 day, or 24 hours, all depends on you, then the case should be escalated. Then you're going to set escalation actions. When a record means the criteria defined in your rule entry, predefined escalation action will be triggered immediately. These actions can include reassigning the record to different user or queue, sending the notification, or performing other specific action immediately. So you can have queue or user that escalation rule will be triggered. The case will be triggered or will be routed to user or queue right away. It can come in form of sending notifications, email, or something. There must something that really indicates to that particular group or user to say you have a case that you need to attend to immediately. Then we also have what we refer, another tool that we refer to, we're going to configure today, and it's going to take us to some level of technicality in terms of coding that we're going to make use of. We're going to make use of it's a CSS or something that's just like kind of what we have been configuring before now, like the formula we've used in terms of validation rules or something. We're going to use it to actually have set up lead scoring. The lead scoring simply means, it's not all the leads that will take all your time or that will take all the times. There's some leads that they need to be prioritized in your org. As that lead is coming and it meets that lead scoring criteria or threshold, that, okay, if this lead is coming and you kind of put in a scale, that scale can be between 1 to 10, that any leads that meet this criteria should be prioritized. That means if you say that your skills is between 1 to 10, and you now look at it that any lead that is coming from, let's say, technology, that it must have like 9, and the title of the contact person in that company happen to be manager or, any form of things like that you just said, based on the organization, based on historical data within your org, make them to actually say, okay, we're going to put any lead in form of technology coming to prioritize at 9. We can say, okay, followed by agriculture, that's okay. If we have it, we can make it to be on the scale of 6. Another one, maybe it's from communication. Let's say they put on the scale of 4. That means your end users will be attending to those leads. The lead that will draw the first attention will be the one that have the highest score. Let's say in this case, now in this scenario, technology. So if this technology that is having the highest lead scoring will be attended to first, followed by another one that is having maybe this at the scale of 7, the one at 7, the one at 6, like that till the last one. That's what the lead scoring will do for you. There is another one too, is as they integrate AI into it, but it's not available on this our free developer org. They call it Einstein Analytics. The Einstein Analytics makes use of AI to actually use it to do the lead scoring instead of this one. So that one is a kind of tool already that is making use of the integrated AI into it. They call it Einstein Analytics. They can as well use it to actually take care of the leads, to do the lead scoring. Lead scoring is very important to save time within your org. And that's why they say lead scoring in Salesforce is a process used by sales and marketing teams to evaluate rank lead based on their likelihood to convert into what? Customers. So that they can really spend their time so well, they can really concentrate on the leads that is serving the highest lead scoring. So it assigns a numerical score to each lead based on various criteria, behaviors, helping organization. They prioritize the effort on the lead that most likely to result in what? In successful sales. Salesforce provide tools and features to implement the lead scoring effectively. Here are the key component and concept related to lead scoring in Salesforce. Now, we're going to do that. I will show you, since I'm going to set it up, you really understand it practically. Then when you are setting it up, you must have lead scoring criteria. You need to set up the criteria, maybe in form of industry, demographic, job title, the company, behavior of data, website, wherever it's coming from. Then you do the score calculation as well by say, okay, a lead score is calculated by adding up the scores assigned to each criterion. For example, if a lead has a job title that matches the target audience and has engaged with marketing material multiple times, they may receive what? A higher score. And that's why I said, based on your historical data, based on the previous business activities, will really help your organization to really come up with a functional lead score that you can really base on the scale that if this is coming from technology, based on our historical data, it should be assigned to at least highest score within your org. If it is coming from maybe a mining, it should be assigned a lesser lead scoring. Those are the things you put in place that you make use of when you are setting it up, that we at the end of the day going to really help your end users to really know what kind of lead that will really take their attention or take their time, they spend their time on. And apart from that, we also have within the thresholds that you need to set it up, and automations. So it's an automated process per se, because you set up a formula for it. When it's working, it's just automatic. It's not going to be something that your end users have to input anything any longer. No, it's just going to be happening at the back end based on what you set up. They won't even know. They are just seeing the lead scoring coming up. It's the same thing that we set up when we were doing formula. It's the same way, because what makes you to do the lead scoring tool is also going to be formula. So it's what we're going to demonstrate by the time we get to the playground. Then we have automation, sales software automation tools like workflow rules, process builder, and Apex triggers that automatically update the lead score based on time, data changes, and all the rest. So it's a kind of automation tools like workflow. You can use workflow, you can use flow, you can use process builder to actually automatically update the lead scores based on the real-time data changes. Whenever that lead is coming, and you can just ask your flow or your process builder to say when record is updated or when record is created, then as a lead, any update being done, it should trigger. So if you set it up, it's going to happen that way. Integration as well. So lead scoring involves integration as well, so that we don't really need to engage in that. Definitely, it involves integration in the sense that the lead scoring must be absorbed into taking decision in terms of the kind of lead we take attention more, the one they need to pay attention to, so in order to save time, because any good organization will always strive to minimize costs, maximize their profits, maximize their time as well. They don't want their end user to continue to waste time spending money on the lead that will not be converted at the end of the day. They want to deal with the lead that will be converted. When they have successfully dealt with the lead that have high priority in terms of conversion, in terms of lead scoring, then the remaining part now, those ones that are having low scores now, will be the last batch of lead your end users will attend to at the end of the day. These are the main subtopics that we look at the playground: sales process, record type, opportunity, parts, lead scoring. We've done parts, so we are comfortable with part. Part is the same thing. We set it up from the scratch already on our project, so we shouldn't have problem or any issue with that one at all. It's the same thing. It has to make use of layouts. It has to make use of record type to set up the part. Lead scoring, which we're going to do, homepage assistance, I'll show you. On the landing page of application, the homepage assistants are there in terms of information available to say, okay, activities for the day, event for the day, lead that must be attended to, opportunity that must be attended to, information like that. You have it at the homepage assistance, because it's been mentioned specifically in the exam guide as well. And apart from it, you really need to, apart from the exam, you really need to understand what you need to use, why you have homepage assistance, which I'm going to show you on the application homepage. Then leads, I'm going to demonstrate lead converts, lead assignment rules. We've actually dealt with that already in our last class. The escalation rules, if we have time today, we'll get there. If we don't, I prefer even we discuss escalation rule when we get to the case activities like that. Campaign and campaign members, those are the stuff that we can really go to the playground, the developer orgs, to actually demonstrate, so that you can relate with all these concepts practically, and it's going to make more meaning to us. All right, that's a wrap up for today's video. I hope you have picked up some valuable insights and actionable tips in Salesforce ecosystem. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumb up if you found it helpful. I'm Asikola Oshirikan, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.